Second thing that I want to talk about here is the race for second place, I think, is wide open. And even counted to a larger point, I think that there are like 12 teams, 13 teams that can get into the tournament for the Big Ten this year. Like, I think it'll probably be closer to the 10, 11 number and who gets in. But I have 13 teams in my mind that I think of that are capable of getting there. For me, the second best group, the next tier, is Michigan, UCLA, Wisconsin, Illinois, and Washington. To now it changes a little bit because
I like Washington. I like
the
Washington.
Ognisevich kid hurt his foot, so like
Who?
they're starting four. The kid from Lipscomb, he's a shooter, hurt his foot. He's going to be out until January, which kind of hurts their spacing a little bit. But I really like that Washington program, so I think it's those next five. And you could tell me any order you want, To, and I'll probably I would not push back in that next group of five teams.
Yeah, look, there's not a whole lot that I can argue with there either. I do really like Washington. I think they're going to be good. And like I was watching Hannes Steinbach at Germany, and he was the best player at the U19 for Germany on a team.
Break him down. Break him down. Break down his game for me.
He's as wide as a door, and he's skilled, and he moves, and he's pretty athletic. Like he's a big German dude who's pretty athletic. So, and he's got good skill, and you going to play for Danny, who we all know, like he can put guys in position.
So
he's got the horses at Washington, like an underrated, really good class and good transfer portal pickups at Washington. Like they're tournament bound in my mind. I like Washington a lot.
One more thing on Steinbach. Is he like, when you say skilled, is he like a throw it to him on the block back to the basket guy? Is he faces people up and can play from like 15, 17 feet? Is he a knockdown to three? Is he like a get you into an offense guy? Like just kind of, where is he on your mind, that like kind of 4-5 scale?
I don't have his shooting numbers right in front of me from the U19s, but I just remember how like he was able to put it on the deck and straight line drive at his size. And he's like 6'11". The shot isn't broken, and he just found ways to be effective consistently. Mm-hmm. And sometimes even against like Kobe. So like physically, he's ready to go. I'm excited to see this team. I think the entire team is going to be really good. The kid they added from East Tennessee State, I had a couple years ago, Kamari Peterson, really good, average almost 20 points a game. And then you add the two kids from Southern Cal. Like this is a pretty good squad. And here's what I really like about like the makeup of the roster. And I'm sure Sprinkle is going to do this, but like the unsung McDonald's All-American from last year who doesn't do all the cute shit, he just does winning shit, is JJ Mandequit.
Yes.
Like that guy understands how to play. He's just a dream to watch as a basketball head because he does all those little things. Like he cuts across the belly of the defense. If you're trying to press him, he gets the ball, he advances the ball, he cuts to the other side. Like he'll do some things every now and then because that'll make you scratch your head because athletically he's not like fantastic, but like he just does stuff to change the flow of a game. And I just like their versatility I really like their versatility as a roster. Mm-hmm. So we'll see how it goes. But I think they're a tournament team, and I think Washington, you want Washington to be good.
Yep.
Oh, it'll be a lot of fun. Get that building going again. Though they've got a terrific fan base. When they're winning, it's a very, very difficult place. I mean, even when they're not winning, it's a hard place to win. But when they're winning, that place gets crazy. It feels like the students are on top of you. Washington, that's a good storyline. The West Coast teams are going to make some noise. I mean, UCLA could be a top 10 team. Donovan Dent, guys, could be, if it's not Braden Smith, because Braden Smith's going to get player of the year and Trey Kaufman will probably finish second, but Donovan Dent is going to be right in the mix for an All-American type season if things pan out to the way that they think that they could pan out in Westwood. And I can't wait to see him with Eric Daly and Tyler Bilodeau. Oregon, like Jackson Shellstad, I know he's banged up a little bit, but when he gets healthy, Nate Biddle's back. Nate Biddle was at Media Day, guys. I was like this when he walked in the room.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
I'm like, you are a house. You are a house. And, Coach Altman, his teams always find a way to the tournament. Can his team be a top 15 to 20 team? We get ripped on. We get ripped on because everybody thinks we just got this East Coast bias. No, we don't. We've been talking West Coast basketball for the last 3 minutes. We think that all these teams, one, are tournament teams, and two, are going to be disruptors in this league. But I'm going to tell you the team from Media Day I know we're going a little off track here. The team from Media Day that I think everybody's sleeping on again. You had him in your tier. Great guard, man.
Yeah.
John Blackwell is going to have a huge year, and you know it by the kid's swagger and confidence. How does Wisconsin's offensive evolution should be studied? They have become one of the most refreshing watches in the sport. Blackwell's a stud. Greg Gard told me Nick Boyd's fit right in. The Badgers are going to be really good. The fact is, I think, Rob, when you said it, the question I would have, the follow-up to your point is the Big Ten college basketball's best conference this year?
Ooh, on paper, I think that it actually might be, and that feels kind of harsh to say towards the SEC because of what the SEC did last year. But there was a lot of retention in the Big Ten. They brought back a lot of really key All-American caliber guys, and I think you saw more turnover in the SEC. I think it's deeper, and I think that you have the best team in the Big Ten. I think that that's going to be the best league in America this year. I mean, it's going to be the Big Ten and the SEC, and then everybody else for the most part. But
I'll be honest, I get a little frustrated with Oregon because it's like we talk about them and they're talented every year. And
I don't see it with Oregon this year.
They're just like that's where 5-stars go to get forgotten. You go to Oregon.
Oh,
yeah. My issue with
That's
Oregon
harsh.
is you have a great point guard.
Am I wrong though? Like
you have a great point guard. You have like a quintessential 3-and-D rim protecting 5-man in Nate Biddle, right? You have the two things that you need. And what you should have surrounded him with was a bunch of 3-and-D guys that can make threes and are switchable, right? And then you have the perfect kind of lineup for modern basketball. And I just don't think that they did that. I don't think that they have enough shooting and enough skill and enough talent in the 2 through 4 spots to be able to be better than get a bid to the tournament kind of a thing. That's where I'm at with Oregon. I think that they're a 30 to 40 team in America and probably in the 9 to 12 range in this conference, which is good. It's not bad. They're good.
Where 5-stars go to get forgotten, man.
Yeesh.
Where you go. You go to.
But you know what? The league, if it's not the best,
if it's not on Wisconsin real quick. I'm sorry, Fanta. The change came because they hired the dude from the New Zealand guy.
Yes.
Kirk Penny. So they hired Kirk Penny to redo what they do offensively and how they play, and you saw a big impact the last couple of years. And then Kirk Penny left this summer to go. I believe he's going back to New Zealand. So that's if there's a big X factor in this conference, to me, it's how does Wisconsin continue this offensive evolution without the guy that kind of instilled that offense? And I think they're going to be fine. Greg Gard.
Coach Gard has the recipe. I think Coach Gard can put the cake in the oven.
And just wait until Nolan Winter takes a big step this year. With Michigan. So Michigan is a really interesting one to me because I think that
I don't want to talk about Michigan. I want to talk about the Eastern Bloc bullies, man. That's who
we will. That's a whole section.
I want to talk about Illinois.
That's a whole section itself. That's the third section. Okay. Can we stick to the rundown?
No.
I took 7 minutes last night to put together a rundown for you. 7 of my hard-earned minutes. I took 7 minutes away from spending time with my wife to be able to put down this rundown. And we can't even stick to it.
Bench warning.
But on Michigan,
your wife wanted you to use more minutes.
Yeah, right. On Michigan, they're doing this 3 big experiment where they're going to try, and I've heard this over and over again, so I believe it. They're going to try Yaxel at the 3 with Adai Mara at the 5 and Morris Johnson at the 4. And I don't know where the spacing is going to come from, but I think what Dusty's trying to do is say that in the Big Ten, you got to be big and physical and have some bullies. And he's saying we're going to have the biggest, the most physical bullies that you can find. I think people are expecting Yaxel to come in here and be like a 20-point, 12 rebound, 5 assist guy. And I think that he's a little bit more of a blend piece than people realize. I don't think that he is the alpha go take over a game kind of a player. I think he's the guy that will roll out of bed and get you 15, 10, and 4 assists and probably be your best defender. But I don't think he's going to come out here and have these monster blow up games. It's okay. I hesitate to use this comparison because it's going to get, I know what your face is going to be when I say it, but do you remember how Cooper Flagg at the start of the year was doing all of these great winning things and putting up 14, 12, 3, 3, and 3 or something like that? I think that Yaxel will be a little bit closer to that than a guy that's going to go out and get 30-point blow-up games, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Heard it here first.
That makes sense? All right.
Heard it here first.
Thing to know, number 3, we got some Eastern Bloc bullies.
Man, I want to say something about Michigan.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, you
know what, T.O., hold on. I'm out. It's your show now. Wherever you want to go, Terrence.
Hey, if they're gonna be huge at the 3, 4, 5 and do some of those things, like I kind of like it with Roddy Gale Jr. and Amari Burnett, like at the 2, and then the quickest guy probably in the league at the 1 at Elliott Cadeau.
Force turnovers, get rebounds, get out and run. You got the best transition point guard in the country. Like, I see what Dusty's doing. Like, I see it, man. I'm in. Like, I think I think they're real.
Top 10 team. No question about it. They're top 10 team.
Top 10 team for Michigan.
Yes. They're a top 10 team. They are.
To me,
Lenborg has All-American in his makeup, and I think that they're going to unlock a new side of Elliott Cadeau. And Dusty wasn't going to disparage Hubert Davis. He didn't do it. But I did say to him, have you been able to find out new things about Elliott Cadeau that you didn't just know watching on tape? And he said, yes. He goes, I need that. I need that burst. I need that pace. And he wasn't being insulting. Like, I want to make that very, very clear. But like, when you go somewhere different, a coach is going to use you differently than the prior one. And I think that Elliott will become a tougher player, will become a more structured player in this system. But they need every great team needs somebody. Every great team needs somebody that can get you out of your structure and provide the burst. Mm-hmm. And he's going to be able to do that. Roddy Gale, back. Namari Burnett, I expect to be really, really solid. I think LJ Kaysen could actually take a leap as terms of a bench player. But Morez Johnson and Yaxel Lenborg, like, you've got those guys, and you've got Mara. Come on, man. Like, this is... how about this? Are we just forgetting the fact that they rolled to a Big Ten tournament title last year? They won a Big Ten tournament title in his first year on this job.
Yeah, we kind of gloss over that a lot, don't we?
We gloss over that a lot. Like, they beat Purdue by 18 points in the Big Ten tournament last year. They can win the national championship. The Michigan Wolverines can win the national frickin' championship.
I agree. I think they're like very clearly a Final Four team.